Hey guys, this is Ian here with Raw Beer Review, and as you can see today, I'm going to be doing the Michigan Imperial Stout Challenge between Founders Imperial Stout and Bell's Expedition Stout. These are two Imperial Stouts that I've had many times, and I've always wanted to do a video of them side by side, just to kind of like lay out the differences in them. And not necessarily like decide which one's better. I don't really want to rate them or decide which one's better. I just want to tell you guys, what are the differences? And then I also kind of have a little special thing here at the end. I did get a chance to try Kentucky Breakfast Stout on tap at Taste of Tops in Tempe, Arizona. So I'll go ahead and I'll kind of do my review from notes on that at the end of this video, and just kind of give you guys a little bit of an idea of, how does that compare to Founders Imperial Stout. So I'm pretty excited about this one, so let's get these into a glass and see how they taste. Hey guys, okay, so we'll start with the Founders Imperial Stout. Alright, so as you can see on this one, this is a very dark brown black beer with a nice kind of a mocha head on it that's pretty thin. I wouldn't expect it to leave that much lacing at the 10.5% alcohol by volume. As far as the aroma on the Founders Imperial Stout, definitely like huge roasted coffee notes. Some chocolate, some kind of like vanilla creaminess in there. But definitely the coffee is like the first thing you smell. It's just totally in your face. Maybe a little bit of like smokiness and some roasted malts too. So let's check out the taste on the Founders Imperial Stout. So again, big, roasted, almost smoky notes, lots of coffee, definitely some roasty bitterness in there, maybe even some bitterness from the hops. Yeah, I mean, this comes in at 90 IBUs, so you would definitely expect that. Definitely a little bit of like a creamy vanilliness in the background, but that is definitely in the background. It's a great Imperial Stout. It's big, it's roasty, it's just awesome. As far as the mouthfeel on the Founders Imperial Stout, this is a very, very heavy mouthfeel, as you would expect for an Imperial Stout. The alcohol is really, really well covered, and the aftertaste is definitely just continuing with that roasty kind of smokiness, and definitely coffee in there too. Okay, so rather than telling you about this beer overall, I'm going to wait until I do the Expedition Stout too, and then we'll compare. Okay, so Bell's Expedition Stout is one of my favorite Imperial Stouts by far. I think it's highly underrated. As you can tell, I might be just a tiny bit biased. I was going to do this in two separate glasses, but I only have one of my little taster glasses here that I got, so I just decided to do the one that I generally like a little bit less first, and then we'll go on to the Expedition Stout. So let's check out the appearance on the Expedition Stout. Okay, so again, we're seeing very, very standard Imperial Stout qualities here. A dark brown black beer with a nice mocha head on it that seems to be sticking a little bit better than it did with the Founders Imperial Stout. However, let's check the date on these bottles. The Founders Imperial Stout was bottled on... let's see if I can find it here. Oh yeah, it's there. In April of 2014, so pretty recently. And then the Bell's Expedition Stout was bottled in September of 2013. So unfortunately, this isn't like a direct comparison. You know, the Expedition has the benefit of having a little bit of an age on it. You know, not like a year or two, but, you know, 6 to 7 months. I think that could definitely change things a little bit. The aroma on the Expedition Stout it's definitely very, very chocolatey, very creamy, a lot of that umami kind of a wholesomeness to it. There is some roastiness, but the roastiness is more in the background, and the same goes for the coffee notes that are in it. There's a little bit of a smokiness to it, and almost kind of like some dark fruits, like some really, really dark cherry. Yeah, I mean, it just smells amazing. Okay, as far as the taste on the Bell's Expedition Stout, again, you're getting huge creamy chocolate. You're getting a little bit of vanilla in there. You're getting some of that umami kind of wholesomeness to it. You're definitely getting some dark fruits in there, but they're more in the background. And then the roasty coffee notes are definitely, you know, very subtle and in the background on this one. So to kind of do a comparison here, you know, roasty coffee, creamy chocolate. As far as the mouthfeel on the Expedition Stout, again, a very heavy beer. Alcohol is very well covered, as it is in both of these. And then the aftertaste on this one is more creamy chocolate with a little bit of roastiness in the background. So overall, the Founders Imperial Stout versus Bell's Expedition Stout. You know, I really wanted to do this comparison just because I love both of these beers. I'm not trying to knock either one of them. Just want to let you know that from the start. However, I think that, you know, the Founders Imperial Stout definitely has huge roasted coffee notes in it. You know, it's exactly what you would expect. Thinking about Founders Breakfast Stout, Founders Kentucky Breakfast Stout, and then, you know, this Imperial Stout here kind of falls in the middle. Each of those three beers all has huge coffee influence on it. So it's clear that, you know, people over at Founders definitely like to taste some coffee in their strong dark stouts. On the other hand, your Expedition Stout, you know, I think of this more, you know, it's like Bell's Expedition Stout is to Founders Imperial Stout as Bell's Double Cream Stout is to Founders Breakfast Stout. So here you're getting more of that creamy chocolate, you know, more of that like whole milk, more of that umami kind of wholesomeness. It's really good, but it is a completely different beer. And I don't think that they're supposed to be similar in any way. You know, if you like the more creamy Imperial Stouts, you're probably going to want to go with this one. If you like the more roasty coffee Imperial Stouts, you're probably going to want to go with this one. But if you're a huge beer geek like me, chances are you're probably going to buy them both anyway. But I just wanted to do this comparison just to kind of, you know, get it out there, see what you guys think, and I guess just let me know. So I don't think there's really any more benefit to, you know, drinking any more of this right now. So I'll go ahead. I'm going to go get my notes on the Founders Kentucky Breakfast Stout, and I'll be back in just a minute. Alright guys, so I'm back. I copied down my notes from the Founders KBS that I tried on tap the other night. And basically I just wanted to kind of do this just to compare to the Founders Imperial Stout a little bit. So the appearance when I tried it was definitely a dark brown black color. It had a very nice mocha head on it that dissipated quickly, but still left pretty nice lacing on the glass. The aroma was just huge bourbon, oak, coffee roastiness, smoke, and espresso. Definitely a very coffee forward bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout. As far as the taste, it kind of followed the nose with huge bourbon, oak, coffee, dark chocolate, smoke, toasted coconut, vanilla, and booze. The mouthfeel, obviously, it was heavy. The alcohol was present, but it was more like a nice, really nice bourbon kind of a flavor. And then the aftertaste was definitely roasty coffee. So overall, I said that, compared to the other bourbon barrel-aged stouts, this one was definitely a great roasty coffee kind of an Imperial Stout. It was a great contrast to the Bell's Black Note and the Firestone Walker Parabola. If I had to say which one I would prefer personally, it kind of goes right along with my comparison of Founders Imperial Stout and Bell's Expedition. I would rather have the Bell's Black Note or the Firestone Walker Parabola, just because, with the smooth, creamy, chocolatiness of all of those beers, I just find it to go down a little bit more smoothly. I like the flavor a little bit better. But if you're into really, really coffee-forward beers, I think Founders KBS is probably going to be your favorite by far, because the flavor of it, and I will give it that, is definitely very, very unique and unlike any other bourbon barrel aged beer that I've ever had. So that's that. You guys have my comparison of Founders Imperial Stout and Bell's Expedition Stout, and my notes from the Founders KBS on tap. So anyway, that's all I have for you guys today, and enjoy good beer. Cheers.